morning, Unity of Medina. I am so glad you are here this morning, either in person or online. We are all here by divine appointment, and we are one in spirit. Each of us is a spark of the divine, created in love. But we live in a world of duality, and sometimes there's an illusion of separation. So it's really important that we look at our church name, Unity of Medina, one in spirit. Let's take that to a really deep level today. Sometimes it's a difficult lesson to assimilate and to realize that we are one in spirit. So let's get together today and take a deep dive. Some of us would say that we've been together many times before, and that we are now together again. So let's find joy in that togetherness and practice being one in spirit in our church home. As we close the month of February, the month of love, let us not forget to love ourselves and our neighbors. Perhaps it's not an easy thing to do, but Don Miguel Ruiz has this to say: tell yourself how wonderful you are, how great you are. Tell yourself how much you love yourself. The search for self-knowledge is a lifelong journey, and I'd like to share a passage from my favorite, Khalil Gibran. Your hearts know in silence the secrets of the days and nights, but your ears thirst for the sound of your heart's knowledge. You would know in words that which you have always known in thought. You would touch with your fingers the naked body of your dreams, and it is well you should. The hidden wellspring of your soul must rise needs and run murmuring to the sea, and the treasure of your infinite depths would be revealed in your eyes. But let there be no scales to weigh your unknown treasures. And seek not the depths of your knowledge with staff or sounding line, for self is a sea, boundless and measureless. Say not, I have found the truth, but rather, I have found a truth. Say not, I have found the path of the soul. Say rather, I have met the soul walking along my path. For the soul walks all paths. The soul walks not upon a line, neither does it grow like a reed. The soul unfolds itself like the lotus of countless petals. And now Angie will lead us in our congregational song.
All right, guys, come on. This house of love, we come together, one with spirit in our hearts. In this house of love, we are connected, we are perfected in God's light, and we shine, yes, we shine. As bright as the stars above, we shine, yes, we shine in this house of love, in this house of love. We are family, brothers and sisters in this world. In this house of love, we seek the wisdom that tells us the truth, and we're assured. And we shine, yes, we shine, as bright as the stars above. shine, yes, we shine. We shine in this house of love, in this house of love. We come together, one with spirit in our hearts, in this house of love. We are connected, we are perfected in God's light. Let me hear you, come on. And we shine, yes, we shine, as bright as the stars above. We shine, yes, we shine. We shine in this house of love. We shine in this house of love.
Thank you, Angie. Thank you. Welcome again to Unity of Medina. Here at Unity, we affirm our core values of integrity, joy, acceptance, love, and spiritual growth. February is the power of strength. Linda will light the green candle to honor that. As she is lighting the candle, let us affirm together our affirmation for the month for the power of strength. I have the strength to accomplish all that is mine to do. Thank you. Today's daily word is let go and let God. I bravely release outworn behaviors and embrace my bright, brilliant future. Holding on to what no longer serves me because it's familiar and I have grown accustomed to it may stall my growth. I evolve much more quickly when I trust my guidance and release old patterns and behaviors. In my heart, I know that when I move away from a dysfunctional relationship, a negative attitude, or unhealthy way of living, I move towards something greater: peace, safety, harmony, freedom, and fulfillment. I let go of anxiety or fear and open myself up to happiness and security. I breathe in freedom. My heart becomes buoyant and my steps lighter. I set my intention today to release anything I have to be fearful of letting go so that I can confidently move forward, open to infinite good. Today's passage was taken from Matthew 18:18. Truly I tell you, whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosened in heaven. Now Angie will prepare us for meditation.
would invite you to settle into your chairs as we prepare for meditation. And if you are comfortable with your feet flat on the floor, I would suggest that posture. You can clear your laps of anything that might be there and place your hands in a comfortable position. Take a couple of nice, gentle breaths. And with each inhale, invite the energy of the earth up through your feet, into your body, through the legs, the trunk, the arms, the neck, the head, out the top of your head, and flowing down around your body. And also invite the cosmic energy from above to enter the crown of your head and moving down your body in the opposite direction through the head, the neck, the arms, the trunk, the feet, and back into the earth. Let the energies of the earth and the energies of the heavens mix and mingle throughout your body. And let them focus in your heart. With each beat of your heart, let that energy of pure love move throughout your body. Let that energy permeate every organ, every tissue, every cell, every atom of your body. As that energy moves through your body, take these affirmations into your heart and let the heart energy disperse each affirmation again into every organ, every tissue, every cell, and every atom of your body. I am a creation of the Creator, and as such, I am a being of love. Let it move through your entire body. I give myself permission to love myself. Let that affirmation also permeate every cell and atom of your body. I am worthy of love. Moves unimpeded through your body. I will forgive myself. Again, permeating every organ, every tissue, every cell, every atom of your body, moving unimpeded. I accept love from others. Affirmation joins those already placed within your body. Again, permeating every cell and atom that you are. And I care for others as I care for myself. let that affirmation follow the path established by the others. Now take time in the silence to feel and acknowledge the love that is you. And with your next couple of breaths, draw that energy in. Feel your feet on the floor. Wiggle your toes and your fingers. And let Angie's music bring you back to this place and this time, remembering that all is love, that all is one, that there is no separation. Thank you, Angie. With a speaking schedule that places me on the last Sunday of this month and the fifth and last Sundays of April, July, October, and December, I am beginning to feel a lot like a cleanup batter. Not only do I get to end the topic of this month, but I actually get to end the year on New Year's Eve. Yeah, so this month, we are finishing up the topics of love and strength. And it certainly takes strength to love. You may have noticed I like to take my inspiration from books, sometimes picture books, and music. And when I first started thinking about this topic, I heard Tina Turner singing in my head.
What's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart if a heart can't be broken?
I couldn't do that. The music is great, but the message leaves something to be desired. It sounds to me like Tina could use a message or use a lesson in metaphysics and a good dose of strength, because there is much more to love than just the emotion experienced in relationships. When I was a junior in high school, we had an assignment to create a presentation on No Man is an Island, and we were supposed to use music with that. So many of my classmates chose the record I Am a Rock by Simon and Garfunkel, which made it to number 3 on Billboard's Top 100 hit list. And you can probably sing the line in your head that attracted many of my classmates. It's like, I am a rock, I am an island. That's as far as I go. I, on the other hand, chose the number 22 ranked hit, Love Power by the one-hit wonders, the Sand Pebbles. Part of the refrain goes, we've got love power, and it's the greatest power of them all. We've got love power, and together we cannot fall. I don't know what I said about No Man being an island and love back in 1967, but that song has returned to me many times over the decades, so there must be something to it. And I don't make a habit, nor do I remember many of my high school assignments, as I'm sure you all don't either. But love is a power, and it is the greatest power of them all. And it holds that position across most of the major religions. So let's take a little tour. What is love according to the Buddhists? True love, or maitri, comes with no strings attached. Love, in the simple Buddhist definition, is unselfishly wishing others to be happy, to be delighted in their presence, to offer our affection and smiles and hugs, and freely help others without expecting anything in return. Maitri is the first element in Buddhist love. There is also karuna love, or compassion, mudita, which is joy, and upeksha, which corresponds to equanimity or freedom. Islam has this to say about words in the traditional words of Allah. I was a hidden treasure, and I loved to be known, so I created the earth that I may be known. One of Allah's names and one of his attributes is Al-Wajid. This word has several meanings, including among them is to bring into existence. It also means intense existential love. We can see there is a relationship between love and creation, and that God's love is the primary reason for creation. Allah's love is the very cause of existence. We are alive today because of his love, and the whole universe is here because of his love. The Islamic writings go on further. The relationship of love between us and Allah, between us and others, and between us and all creation is essential to our full potential as human beings. When we nourish our hearts with love, when we manifest Allah's love in our lives, with our families, with our friends, in our work, in our prayers, in everything we do, the entire meaning of life changes for us, and our experience as humanists is transformed. We become one and adorned with the beautiful characteristics of the prophet. This is the meaning of following in the footsteps of the prophet. We follow him by adorning ourselves with the qualities of his noble character. We follow him by striving to become like him in our humanness, in our quality of our relationships, in our conduct in society, and in our service to humanity. Sounds a lot to me like unity. Sikhism also offers the following in poetic verse. Serving you each moment, I am never separated from you, not even for an instant. I have found the indestructible Creator in the home of my own heart. The first line of this verse relates to the longing we feel from the illusion of separateness. When you love someone, the illusion of separation disappears. Service represents the ultimate expression of love. The second line refers to self-love. The Creator lives in every single heart. Love reflects your divinity back to you and never makes you feel less than. We hear the call for self-love in the Jewish and the Christian religions as well. For the Jewish, the Torah commands, love God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Love the stranger and love yourself. There is a Hebrew translation of that passage that says, love to your neighbor, not love thy neighbor. See your neighbor in love. As yourself, the esteem with which you hold yourself is the overflow of your own love. And in the New Testament, in Matthew 22, verses 36 through 40, we read the passage that we're all so familiar with. Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law? Jesus replied, love the Lord thy God with your whole heart, with your whole soul, and with your whole mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. All law and prophets hang on these two commandments. Let's look at what I think might be the most challenging part of that commandment. And that's the one that's almost an afterthought. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love yourself? How many of us can say that we love ourselves as deeply as we strive to love others? Somewhere in my healing travels, I had the assignment of looking in a mirror daily and telling myself, I love you. Perhaps you've experienced this challenge as well. Initially, it usually starts with a critique of your physical experiences and your looks. I'm too fat. Where did the wrinkles come from? My ears stick out. My eyelids are drooping. Fill in the blanks. It's easy to do. We can always find something to improve our physical appearance. But you can go quickly to a deeper level on this little exercise if you have the strength and the curiosity. It's said that the eyes are the window to the soul. When you look in the mirror and you look in your eyes, can you see divinity reflected there? Give it a try sometime. In Corinthians chapter 1, verse 13, we hear, if I speak in the tongues of mortals and angels, but do not have love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faiths to remove mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. Without love, we are nothing. We're not reduced, we're not in remission. It's nothing. Zap, zip, nada. So, what is this thing called love? Good old Webster's defines it as a deep and tender feeling of affection for, or attachment or devotion to a person or persons, or a strong liking or interest in something, a la Tina Turner. David R. Hawkins, MD, PhD, has studied and described levels of human consciousness in his, as energy fields, and he's explained this in his book, Power versus Force, The Hidden Determinants of Human Behavior. At a level of 500, he describes love as characterized as unconditional, unchanging, and permanent. Its source isn't dependent on external factors. Loving is a state of being. It doesn't proceed from the mind, but from the heart. The Heart Math Institute defines love like this. Love is the core frequency that unifies and lifts people's perceptions above separation. When our heart, mind, and emotions are in alignment and not in conflict with each other, this makes it easier to sense our intuitive heart's direction for effective choices and guidance. Eric Butterworth states that love is beyond definition, that love is an inner power and not an object. And our need is not to be loved, as a lot of the psychological books and teachings might highlight, but to be love, to express love, to radiate love. God is love. God is me, and I am love expressing in and through my loving heart. Whatever God is, intelligence, power, strength, love, so too are we as an expression of God. If God is, so too are we. The love of God is not a commodity. Butterworth goes on to say that loving is to be in attunement with the cosmic flow. We are created in and of love. It is our nature, the root of our being. We are an activity of love in expression. We have within us all the love in the universe. We can love every person and situation because others have all the love of the universe within themselves as well. I find that a mind-boggling, absolutely mind-boggling thought, and I think it's worth repeating. I have within me all the love in the universe. I can love every person and situation because others have all the love of the universe within them as well. So how do we get in touch with this love within? The self-love. Unity minister, Reverend Robert Brumet, uses the term radical self-acceptance. Writing in the Daily Word magazine, Brumet says, "We may have never thought that accepting who we truly are and all our human experience is the greatest gift and the surest route to happiness. The way to do this," he says, "is to open our hearts to divine love already within us, within the present moment." It's interesting that he qualifies within the present moment. Our personal concept of self is often based on time, what happened in the past, what our future plans are. Nothing that is based on the concept of time, people, places, or things will bring us the satisfaction we seek, says Brumet. And yet from birth, that's exactly what we are bombarded with. How we accept ourselves in time, when we get good grades in school, when we excel at sports, when we get a good job, when we make a good salary, when we have the luxury home or vehicle, when we're in the right relationship. The list goes on of how we are bombarded and taken out of the present moment. Yet God's love is always available in the present moment. But most of the time we aren't. We leave divine love when we leave the present moment and enter the past or future. The practice of radical self-acceptance begins when we stop looking for love in the future and accept our experience of life in this very moment. Radical self-acceptance doesn't mean that we have to enjoy every experience. It's not the same as liking something. It means that we accept our personal internal experience completely and act ethically and responsibly in the world. As we bring our awareness, acceptance, and open-hearted kindness to each present moment experience, the quality of that experience begins to change inside us, says Brummett. Love takes root and begins to blossom within us. As we accept ourselves, we begin to see that we are the love we are seeking. Eventually, we see that it's not our love at all, but universal love, inseparable from life itself, that moves through us. As we bring awareness, acceptance, and kindness in every experience in our lives, we find ourselves becoming joy-filled. We're channels of the ever-present love. This is the experience of radical self-acceptance. So what might that look like if we actually, truly loved ourselves and that we decided to be love versus giving love? Jean Houston has a beautiful story about an experience she had when she was about 14 years old. And she had met the 70-somethings Frenchman, and this lovely gentleman, who she called Mr. Taylor because his French name was too difficult for her at that time, she would meet him every Tuesday and Thursday, and they would walk her dog in Central Park. She discovered after his death that Mr. Taylor was none other than Teilhard de Chardin, the priest, scientist, and mystic. Here is an excerpt from Jean's story. People of all ages followed us around, laughing, not at us, but with us. Old Mr. Taylor was truly diaphanous in every moment, and being with him was like being in attendance at God's own party, a continuous celebration of life and its mysteries. But mostly, Mr. Taylor was so full of vital sap and juice that he seemed to flow with everything. Always he saw the interconnections between things, the way that everything in the universe, from fox terriers to tree bark to somebody's red hat to the mind of God, was related to everything else, and it was very, very good. He wasn't merely a great appreciator, engaged in all his senses. He was truly penetrated by the reality that was yearning for him as much as he was yearning for it. He talked to the trees, to the wind, to the rocks. They were his dear friends, even his beloved. Ah, my friend mica schist, do you remember when? And I would swear that the mica schist would begin to glitter back. I mean, mica schist will do that, but on a cloudy day? Everything was treated as personal, as sentient, as thou. And everything that was thou was ensouled with being. And it thou'd back to him. So when I walked with him, I felt as though the spotlight was following us, bringing radiance and light everywhere. And I was constantly seized by astonishment in the presence of this infinitely beautiful man who radiated such sweetness, such kindness. So in summary, we know that love is universal. We and all creation are an expression of the divine love of God. To touch that love within us, we must stay in the present moment. We do not give love, but we must be love. And to achieve this state of being takes practice. If we move into the secular world, we do have advice from the following folks. Lucille Ball said, "Love yourself first and everything else falls in line." You really have to love yourself to get anything done in this world. And Brené Brown says, "Talk to yourself as someone you love." Robert Morley, "To fall in love with yourself is the first secret to happiness." And finally, Rupi Kaur says, "How you love yourself is how you teach others to love you." Moving into March and moving into a new power does not suggest that we leave the power and the challenge of being love. If we circle back to Tina Turner's question, what's love got to do with it? I'd say everything. I'd like to close with the words from Deepak Chopra. February celebrates love, self-love, love for others, and love in all its manifestations. I invite you to look beyond the titles, the masks, the stories you've been telling yourself about who you are to discover and honor your essential self, which is pure love, pure spirit, and pure potentiality. You, my friends, were created in love. May you forever be love. Love yourself and all whose path you cross, and love all of creation. And so it is in love and light. Thank you.
Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go. You have made my life complete, and I love you so. Love me tender, love me true. All my dreams fulfilled. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Love me tender, love me long, take me to your heart, for it's there that I belong, and will never part. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfilled. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Love me tender, love me dear, tell me you are mine. I'll be yours through all the years, till the end of time. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfilled. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. For my darling, I love you,
Thank you, Angie. That was beautiful. Linda, I want to thank you for a wonderful message of love and to end out February with love. A lot of people that I know that I'm very committed to my church family and to unity. And they have questions, and they say, well, what kind of a religion do you practice? And I always tell them the same thing, that I'm a Messianic Pentecostal Buddhist. And they question that. And the answer is I'm Messianic because I believe Jesus was the Messiah. I'm Pentecostal because I'm happy about it. And I'm a Buddhist because the only theology I practice is love. So that's what works for me. And I may be the only one who is in that religion, but I'm okay with it. I have some announcements for today. Please consider staying after the service for the Unity Community Chat session. It will begin at noon. Judy Steinhoff will be available to answer any questions you have about any subject you have on your mind. That's not in here, but I added them. The 2022 tithing statements have been mailed. We thank Sally Manuel, Treasurer, for managing this complex project. Also, we want to recognize and thank our neighbor, Medina Tax Service, for their professional guidance and assisting Sally. And I might add, they have been very reasonable with us as far as what it cost us to have their services. And I rarely recommend anybody, but I've been using them for about the last 15 years, and they're a great group of people. So I have confidence in them. The Women Pilots of World War II presentation will take place promptly at noon next Sunday, March 5th. This creative event is in honor of Women's History Month, and Kara Malloy will answer any questions being... Any questions? Bring a friend to share the experience and show off our new church to other people. You know, and this is something that gets overlooked a lot, is the women's pilots. They provided such a wonderful service during World War II, ferrying all the aircraft from the United States to Europe. And they were kind of the unsung heroes at the time, but it was a great and wonderful patriotic task that they performed. And now Linda will lead us in blessing one another and any guests that are with us today.
I don't think we have anybody that's new here in the room today, do we? Okay. So we're going to bless each other, and we're also going to bless those online. And as we do that, I would like to just suggest that we hold the thoughts of Eric Butterworth in line, that each one of us holds all the love in the universe within, as does everybody else. So as we bless each other, we bless you. We appreciate you. We behold the Christ in you. Thank you for being here. Okay. Let's see, now we've got the offertory. Okay, if we recite the offertory prayer together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. We are grateful.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. We are so blessed. so grateful for all that we have. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful. We are so blessed.
And now, as we bless the gifts, Father, Mother, God, we thank you for the gifts and the giver. We acknowledge and accept with gratitude the love that amplifies the energy in these monetary donations. We are committed to using each donation with integrity to benefit Unity of Medina and the broader community. We also gratefully acknowledge the gifts that are non-monetary, those gifts of thought, prayer, and service that benefit this community. And for the prayers in the prayer box, we know that these prayer requests in the box have been offered in true emotion and love. We affirm the power of prayer and know that each request is being answered by God to provide the highest and best outcome for the petitioner. We appreciate our prayer chaplains, our prayer community, and Silent Unity for joining with us in this service of prayer for those we hold dear. And for our world, Mother, Father, God, we ask your blessings and grace for each person on this planet. May peace prevail among each person, each nation, and each continent as we acknowledge the right of each individual for a life of abundance on all levels. May human hearts and minds acknowledge and accomplish the actions necessary to assist this living, breathing planet and all members of the plant and animal kingdom to maintain a vibrantly livable environment. Let us honor the Earth Mother. And so it is. Okay, do we have enough? We can do a circle.